Namaste everyone, I hope you're well. Welcome to another session with Yoga with Reena. I hope everyone is staying happy and healthy. Today's session is going to be working on our back. We are going to be working to loosen and alleviate any back pains that we might be having. And especially during this time when we're sitting for long intervals and maybe not out and about as much. So let's make a start. If we can sit in Sukhasana today. So we'll start in Sukhasana, one leg. If you can't do that, that's fine. You can just cross that and just be nice and comfortable and ready for our practices today. Before we begin, let's remember to keep an eye out for our limitations. So you know your body better than me, so let's be careful with it. No pushing your body to extreme pain, just enough to feel a nice stretch and really enjoy those poses. Make sure we've got our socks off and we've got enough space around us to be doing our poses and no slipping or anything on the mat. So try and make sure we're not doing this on any hard surfaces. So let's make a start. We're going to start in Sukhasana today because Sukhasana is a good practice to help you to improve your posture. It's very good for helping straighten your spine up, but doing so without pushing your body too much. When your legs are crossed normally, you have that tendency to sort of hunch forward. But what we're doing with Sukhasana, the lower spine kind of almost twists itself into straightness. Yeah, so Sukhasana is a nice practice to begin. So let's just sit with our thumb and our index fingers touching, palms facing up on our knees and eyes closed and mouths closed and back straight. And then just some nice deep breaths in and out from the nose to just close off everything outside and bring your body inside. So just keep them closed. And inhale. And exhale. Remember to keep those exhalations nice and long. And then while your eyes are closed, I just want you to listen to a few corrections for our spine, okay? And making sure that we're not pushing ourselves slightly forward. So if we lean back slightly and then just relax the lower part of the spine and your hips, and then the weight and the push just shuffles onto your bottom. Yeah, so that's how we want to be sitting. Sitting up straight doesn't mean being very tight with our body. It means sitting effortlessly with your spine nice and relaxed and making sure the back of the neck and the base of the spine is in a nice straight line. So let's continue with our breathing, inhaling 10 seconds and exhaling for 15. Please remember this is not a competition. You go by whatever your lung capacity is, and the slower you go, the more likely you are able to last for those numbers. So when your next inhale, here we go. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Just have a few moments of stillness. Really focus on alleviating the tightness of the back of the spine, middle of the spine, right to the top, behind your neck. And then whenever you're ready, you can just open your eyes with a few blinks and interlock your hands and take a nice stretch all the way up, keeping those elbows really locked and making sure we're not leaning forward as we're doing this. Yeah, today's session we want to alleviate the pressure off the spine. So let's make sure we're not doing it leaning forward. We're actually doing it slightly leaning back with our head and our chest up. Try and get those triceps all the way behind, and just stretch and pull yourself out to the side without dipping forward, just to loosen up all of the side. Let's start with a spine twist. So breathe into the middle and breathe out and turn to your right. And then breathe into the middle and breathe out to the left. Really go for that twist as much as you can, and breathe in and out. And relax those hands. So our spines are a little bit more restricted when our arms are up in the air. But the reason why I want us to start thinking about a twist like that is to understand how much pressure we're actually putting on the lower part of the spine. The moment our hands stretch up, we tend to tilt slightly forward and push our hips out, because we want our hips to support that spine as it stretches and tightens, because the tighter something is, the heavier it is in your body, and the looser it is, the lighter. So we want to make sure we're not putting pressure on our hips. And remember, everything is connected within our body. Shoulders back down to the hips, everything is connected. So we want to make sure, just because we're trying to support one part of the body, it doesn't mean we're putting pressure on another part. Okay? So if we just release our legs, you can sit nice and comfortably and just lift that head up, inhale, and chin down, exhale. And have a think about your spine and how much it's actually moving, because if you are sort of edging forward and back, we want to try and minimize that, yeah? And exhale down. And then inhale middle, exhale right. The neck plays left, a vital role in the spine, in the back, and making sure that everything, want to loosen everything up. So shoulders back, and 2, and 3, and then forwards, 1, 2, and 3. And twisting from here now with our arms down, yeah? And really going for that, yeah, twisting that spine all the way out, keeping your arms, elbows nice and loose. Good. Okay, and then we're just going to go for one more, especially lower spine. Okay, now this is it's very important to remember that in a practice like this, it's not a core workout and your feet shouldn't be moving that much, yeah? So if we just lie down on our back like this, nice and comfortable, and we imagine we've got pencils on our knees, yeah? What we want to try and do is draw imaginary circles on the ceiling with our knees. So what we're doing is we're going around like this, and yes, my feet are moving, but they're moving very minimal. It's actually my knees. So I'm just working on the lower spine, my hip, and my bottom, and my hip, and spine. So you go hip, and then bottom, the other hip, and spine. And then change direction, yeah? So just 3 one way, and then 3 the other. And remember, if you're using your core, it means that you're not working your lower spine as much. So just finish up your last one. Okay, and then nice and slowly, we're going to sit up. And we'll start with our first breathing with stretching today, yeah? So this is tiger breathing, okay? So want to make sure we've got a nice measurement, so then our spine is nice and relaxed. So just open those knees out. If you've got any problems with your knees or any joint pain, just be careful with this one. Maybe you can continue with the one that we've just done on our back. And if you're able to, and your spine permits it, and your knees permit so, and your wrist joints as well, just take a measurement of your from middle finger to elbow, and then elbows to hands, and then another palm distance, and then sit yourself all the way up. Okay, all the way up, nice and comfortable. So making sure that your chin is somewhat in line with the middle of your hands, and when you open your feet out, make sure that your toes are in line with your knees, so everything's nice and straight together. Yeah, and we're going to be inhaling and lifting our head, and as you lift your head, you're going to arch your spine. Okay, so inhaling and really curving that spine, and remember to keep those eyebrows down as we do this, okay? Very important, only the head comes up. And as you exhale from the nose, pull your hips in and arch your shoulders and tuck your chin all the way in to your chest. And second, ground, inhale and come up. Really push those hips out. So you're working the lower spine when you're doing this. And as you exhale, you push all the way down, arch your spine, really exhale, take everything out, and then one more. We're going to breathe in, stretch, 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 big smiles, relaxed jaws. And exhale and come all the way down, all the way, curve yourself and just return to the middle, and you can come and just sit nice and comfortably in Vajrasana or open Vajrasana. So we've hopefully should have loosened up the spine a bit, but we're actually going to continue to do so in the next posture, okay? So hopefully we can do this without using our hands. Yep. So everybody standing up, and we're going to go into, the first posture that we're going to do is going to be Ardha Chakrasana, yeah? So half wheel pose. So in this posture, it's very important that we support our back, yeah? Supporting your back is an absolute must, and for that we need open fingers. It's very important to keep those fingers open when you're doing this so you can cover more surface area. So hands are on the back, just above the bottom, spread out nicely, so you've got a little bit of kidney support, a little bit of hip support, and especially that lower spine, okay? And you can do this in two ways. Today we'll do it with our legs slightly apart so we've got more stability. Any vertigo or any headaches, I would definitely recommend sitting this one out or just coming down quite in a limited way. Okay, so toes are separated just over hip distance apart, nice and comfortable. Hands placed lightly behind your back. And what we want to do is make sure the stomach comes out first. So making sure also that we go up and down slowly. Now normally we exhale and we go into the pose, but today we're going to inhale and go into it, yeah? So from here, as you inhale, just push your stomach out, okay? And then very slowly, just edge your chest back and your head back. And then just let your head go and go down as low as you can, and just feel that stretch in the lower spine. As low as you can, hold the pose, no shaking, no holding breath. 3, 2, 1, and nice and slowly push down on your lower spine. Inhale and come back up. So a posture like that, very, very important, especially when you're coming up. And when you're coming up, you would have felt a lot of heat as well on your face, because that's all the circulation going back down. Ardha Chakrasana is very good for extending your spine, yeah? Now from here, to keep your legs in the same position, okay, we're going to do Uttanasana now. So this is a complementary posture for this. And what we're doing is we're kind of working our way up. So from the lower spine, we're now working the upper part of the spine, the neck and the shoulders. So just give yourself a little massage on each shoulder, just behind the neck, and just roll those shoulders back. And it's important to remember that in this posture, okay, when you're doing this, you try your hardest, but also don't push yourself too much. Today we're going to do it with our legs bent. If you want to have a go at doing it eventually with your legs straight, by all means do so. But I want us to focus on this part, okay, of our body. So if you can interlock your hands behind you like this and then turn your hands out, so then you don't have to worry about them falling or unlocking. So right now they're locked, okay? And the idea is we're just going to turn our toes out and we're just going to bend slightly, yeah? Just slightly unlock, and then just push your hips out. And as you push your hips out, okay, you can just feel your arms raising behind. Now the idea is to raise them as high as you possibly can, and keeping our heads down, okay? Let those arms come up, even if they can only come up to here, that's fine. We're keeping that head down, those arms up, and then even if this is what you can do, that's wonderful. You can just tilt your head up and really just press down on the back of that neck. And for anyone that wants to have a go, you can try, as you exhale, to really just let those arms go as far as they can. Now remember, if you want to bend, you can go a little bit lower, that's fine, but just keeping them unlocked is the key for now. And then really just let your arms just fall forward. So you shouldn't actually be holding your arms up. Let them fall forward themselves. Okay? And now just tuck your chin in and let those arms just lightly come up and down. And then with a light inhale, I just want you to try and look towards your mat. And as you do so, you feel a really nice push on each of your shoulders, right at the back of your neck as well. And really just opening up all of those muscles. So feeling like a nice massage. And the further you can get your arms, the further, the more, the better this will feel, the more benefit you'll be getting. And then if you want to eventually try and straighten your legs, by all means do so. But we're working on our upper body today. So we want to make sure that that's what we're doing, okay? So try and get those arms as low as you can. Inhale, nice and slowly. Return those hands. And then we're just going to edge ourselves up. Nice and straight. And roll those shoulders back with an exhale. Rotate those wrists. And nice and slowly, take a deep breath in. Arms up and out. And we're going to relax now. Just for a moment before we move into our next pose. So I hope those back muscles have really opened up now, and they're actually going to help with our next posture, which is Parvatasana. This is one of the postures of our sun salutation, of our Surya Namaskar, and it's so good for opening up all of the muscles, especially the top part. Please make sure your mat, you're on a surface that you're not going to slip on, because you're pretty much putting all of the pressure into that wrist, okay? So this is a mountain pose, Parvatasana, making a really nice point with your body, okay, and pushing back, yeah? So if I can just ask you to come into all fours, okay? You can keep your feet open or you can keep them closed, whatever you want. Keeping them closed means that you feel a little bit more of a challenge, and opening just means a little bit more stability. So we'll do that today with slightly open, maybe about hip distance apart. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our knees off the floor. Even if we can't get our heels flat, that's fine, yeah? So let's just keep our heels off for now. And the idea is we want to lean back. Imagine you're trying to get your face as far away from your hands as possible, and you're just leaning. And if you have a look at the curvature of my spine, it's about me trying to bring my stomach right towards my quads, yeah? So I'm not sort of curving my spine, I'm reversely curving it. So enjoy and really, really go for that stretch, okay? Really go for that stretch. Try and get your face as close as you can. Imagine you're trying to touch your nose to your forehead, to your chin. Hold it there, 3. Relax the breath, 2. Smiling, 1. And nice and slowly, we are going to relax those knees, okay? And from here, we're going to go into Balasana, yeah? Child's pose, but a stretch. But I want you to stay on your toes this time, because we're actually going to go a little bit further back. So shuffle your knees back, and I want you to really try, okay? And settle your chest on the ground and your chin as well, okay? And the more you do this, okay, you can feel your hips. If you want, you can lift your hips up, okay? Put your chin on the floor and really just feel that stretch. And now you'll be feeling it in the slight upper back, yeah? So now we're traveling back down again. So really just enjoying that stretch. Lift your hips off the floor and then edge yourself as far back as you can, okay? You can move your hands forward if you need to, and really just feel that stretch. So hold it here. You can relax your toes behind you because the weight is on your chin. Arms should be completely relaxed. 3, 2, and 1. And slide those hands in. And you can return and sit in Vajrasana. Nice and comfortable. And finishing with a last opener. So hopefully our back muscles are feeling nice and relaxed. You can roll your shoulders back. Hopefully everything is really, really open and stretched out, okay? Now the last pose, we have done this before a few times, is Raj Kapot Asana. It is the royal pigeon, okay? And we want to make sure that for this one, we're getting lower and lower now, so just finishing with a full spine stretch, okay? And using our legs as well to do this. So let's first of all start, okay, with our right leg. So you can see what I'm doing, okay? I'm going to bring my right leg in, okay, and I'm actually going to tuck it. I'm not going to tuck it all the way in, so I'm sitting. I need to tuck it inside, yeah? I need to tuck it inside so you can see that I'm sitting. It's best if I show you on my left, yeah? So I'm actually bringing that leg out and I am sitting, okay, on the side of my thigh. Even if you can only do this, that's fine. We're really still working the lower spine, okay? If you want to get lower and try and turn your shoulders, yeah, and look, that back leg can do whatever it wants to do, okay? Our goal is the base of the spine and also extend the rest of it. So keep your body, your shoulders and your hips nice and straight. If you can straighten your leg, great, okay? And you just want to try it and push yourself up, okay? Now, we're not actually going to lift our hands off today. We don't want to apply too much pressure. We want to walk our hands back. And as you walk your hands back, you can experiment with pushing, okay? Now, try and get to a stage where your hands are not pushing too much, but you can actually shift your body forward and back. And even if you're doing it like this, forward and back means you're still working that side. That's very important. So remember to do what your body can, okay? Now just push yourself back, okay, as far as you can. Keep those shoulders nice and relaxed. Lift that head, inhale and exhale back. So right now the shoulders should be nice and relaxed. Exhale 2 and 3. Make sure our shoulders are nice and parallel. And then from here, return that neck, stay in the same position. And now, exactly the same, just tuck your chin all the way down into your chest. And as you do this, you can feel everything open up at the back. 3, 2, 1, and breathe into the middle. So not only lower spine, we've managed to work our neck as well. And slowly return that leg. Okay, I'll make sure I'll face this way so you can see what my leg is doing. Okay, and then whenever you're ready, we can swap that leg over. Okay, so bring that leg right in. Remember, we want to tuck it in. We don't want to be sitting, yes? Don't sit on your heel. We're not going to have that much stability. So bend that leg, take that leg right out, and very important to turn. So if that back leg is bent, if you want to try bending forward, okay, and turning your body, it's actually easier to control. When you're lower down onto the floor. So make sure that leg is out, very important, sitting on the side of your thigh. So last, stretch up, pushing yourself, making sure the shoulders and the hips are in the same line, and start to edge yourself back. And first of all, we can just start with a light pushing, especially on the lower spine. Very, very good for your kidneys as well, this. And whenever you're ready, shoulders should be completely relaxed, yeah? Really, really relaxed. And then start to inhale and lift your chin and go as far back as you can. And really, wherever it is, as long as it's on the lower part of your spine, of your hips, enjoy that stretch. And 3, 2, 1. Inhale, stay in the same position with your lower spine, and exhale and neck down. So try not to lean forward as you're doing this. Maintain that lean back. 2 and 1. And nice and slowly lift that head up. You can turn slightly if you need to. Okay, you can bring that leg in and we can return. And we're just going to return and finish in Sukhasana. So whichever leg you brought up before, try and bring the other one. Yeah, try and bring the other one up. It's very important to try, especially the ones that are non-dominant, okay? We tend to habitually bring one leg up. It's good to sort of try doing both of them. So we'll finish with the opposite leg in Sukhasana. Okay, sitting up nice and straight and palms facing up. Chin Mudra, we can have our thumb and our index fingers touching, and then keeping the mouth closed, take a nice inhale and exhale. Keep those exhales nice and long, and try just for the next 10 seconds of silence, try and observe the changes, the freshness and the energy inside your spine, inside your back muscles, shoulders and neck. Finishing with 3 Oms, Ah, U and Ma. Feel the vibrations inside the stomach, moving to the chest and finishing in your head region. Do this with a nice light smile and think about the vibrations inside the body. Together, inhale. Joining our palms together in front of our chest, finishing with our mantra. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let's all be happy. Let's all be healthy. Let's all see the good in others. May we all be without any pain or illness. And most importantly, may we all have peace, peace, and peace. Can slowly relax your hands, roll those shoulders back, and start to rub your palms together. Try and keep the rest of the body really still, and the shoulders should be nice and relaxed while you're doing this. Getting lots of energy in the palms and transferring them lightly onto your eyes by cupping them and not putting too much pressure at all. You can take a nice inhale. Inhale all of the straightness and freshness in the spine. As you exhale, keep your hands there. Open your eyes inside your hands and feel the darkness and see the darkness. And then with every blink, just open those eyes nice and slowly and stretch all the way up. You can bring your hands behind you and turn to the side. Try and do this with your chins up. Leave the session with everything open and extend a nice big namaskar all the way up, finishing with happy brains and happy words and happy hearts. Thank you very much for joining in today's session. I hope our backs are feeling more energized, and I hope we're going to focus a little bit more on our posture, and I really hope that you all stay happy and healthy. Namaste, and thank you for joining.